Hello! Right, Puritans continue. Doo, doo, doo. So, Puritans come along the Mayflower, and they set up a government. They have the Mayflower Compact, which is between not just those who are Puritans, but everybody who'd been on the ship, who then settled in Massachusetts. The problem is the Puritans are setting up the government. And they set up a theocracy, which you will recall from our little lesson on types of government. It's a government that is run by a religious group. Somehow a religion is in control. Now, think about what is a government control, a theocracy like? A government controlled by a religion. What will that look like? So, sometimes I'm sure you've heard about two bad things coming together to make something even worse. I'm sure some of you could make some predictions about that. Well, sometimes two good things can come together and make something even better. For example, chocolate and peanut butter. The Great Columbian Exchange brought us peanuts and cocoa. And they mixed with the butters and sugars of the old world and created chocolate and peanut butter, and then we put them together and it created good stuff. We get like peanut butter cups or Buckeyes. I'm from Ohio. That's what the dessert is, not the nut, which is inedible. But the dessert, it's really good. It's a peanut butter ball covered by chocolate, but it's not just any peanut butter ball. Well, sometimes, however, two good things are ruined when they're combined. For example, have you ever eaten a York peppermint patty and then drank some Mountain Dew? Don't do it. I've done it before and don't do it. Does not work. I didn't do it on purpose, but I can guarantee you it will not work. Mint and citrus do not mix well. Or like pineapple pizza. Yes, pizza is great, nice and tangy. Pineapples are good, nice and sweet and tangy. But you put them together and it's not a good combination. They don't belong anywhere near each other. Well, or for this example, toothpaste and orange juice. Once again, minty and citrus do not go. Mixing religion and government, while you would hope it'd be like chocolate and peanut butter, it's toothpaste and orange juice. Think about it. This is a struggle we still have today, where people are trying to make their own morals into laws that everybody has to follow. Problem is, not everybody, one, has the same morals or belongs to the same religion, but even if they did, is it right to force your religious belief legally onto others? I'm here to tell you, no, it ain't. You do not have the right to force your beliefs on others. You have the right to introduce them. You have the right to persuade them. You have the right to tell them why you believe what you do. You do not have the right to force. This is where you're getting my opinion. This is, both Ms. Wills and Heidi. You do not have the right to force your beliefs on somebody else. That's what a theocracy is, and as we're going to see with the Puritans, especially if we get into Salem, it's not good. So the United States has a separation of church and state in the Constitution. It had been proven by the Age of Enlightenment just how bad it could be. Have you ever heard of Bloody Mary? She's trying to force everybody back to Catholicism in England, and yeah, a lot of people died. Have you heard of the Spanish Inquisition, which, by the way, was started by her grandparents? That Napoleon finally had to get rid of? Anybody played Assassin's Creed, the first one? Spanish Inquisition is not a good thing. Let me just tell you that. And if none of you were doing that for your paper, I'm sorry, but you really would have had fun on that one. Church and state do not mix. They do not mix well. Your freedoms will be inhibited. And even if you're one of the members of the church that's in charge, next thing you know, they are forcing you to do things you may disagree with. The country tries to keep religion and government separate. this is the part of the First Amendment clause, is that government cannot pick an official religion. When it happens, it's not a good thing. I mean, you have inalienable human rights. Who's to tell you what religion you belong to? That's up to you. It's a personal thing between you and God. They can't tell you what religion you belong to, but there used to be governments, that used to be standard. The government cannot force a citizen to practice a religion. This is in our First Amendment. And we learned it the hard way. The no religious test clause. There really is a clause in there, you cannot give religious tests. The government cannot give a religious test to be in the government. That used to happen. For example, a law saying you must swear you are Christian, and if you don't, you can't be mayor, is unconstitutional. So what are we looking at? Explain why the Founding Fathers decided to separate church and state. And we're going beyond Voltaire here. And explain how a government in America run by religious values would be different than our secular government. So, the answer is Puritan New England was a theocracy, and we saw the results. So you are going to read 3 primary documents in a packet. I have them. They will be up on Google Classroom. And you can answer the questions. Then you will write a paragraph. Why did mixing religion and government work in Puritan New England? And why do we separate church and state in America? So we learned this the hard way. So that is your assignment. I have given you also the first part of a nice overview of just what it was like to be a Puritan. And you've got the lovely video about the Puritan wife swap. They're not exaggerating in that, by the way. So have fun with the assignment. Bye.